Hit the button. The button has been pushed. Right, so recording is in progress. That means it's good morning, afternoon, or evening, or whatever it may be. It's kind of cold here today. And we were just having the conversation that I haven't done this term, which is the bouncers warm up. So the idea is I'm fucking standing on outside a door and it's freezing cold, and that guy is going to make me move very, very quickly in a moment. So if I go from zero freezing cold to one, there's a good chance that I'm going to hurt my knuckles or I'm going to pull a muscle or whatever it's going to be. It's going to be painful because my system isn't ready. So it takes a long time to explain, but a couple of seconds to actually do. So to explain it, what we're going to do is we're going to connect from the ground up. We're going to put tension in all the muscles. We're going to pulse the tension. So with each section that we're doing, I'm going power release, power release, power release, power release the whole time. Now it needs to be invisible. It needs to be very, very difficult. If I'm wearing a coat, you need to not see it. Okay, so the first thing is I grip the floor with my toes. So from here, with everything else, pulse, 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 pulse. Okay, so I'm gripping the floor with my toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, gripping the floor with the toes. Right, the next one then is I'm going to grab the floor with my toes and I'm going to turn my feet out. So I would be like lifting. There was a carpet here. The carpet would form a ridge between my heels and would splay between my toes. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm still gripping the floor with my toes. Now I'm turning my feet out. Okay. So each time now we're not taking away, we're adding to this. So every step through, come on, gentlemen, every step through, we're adding to the movement. Okay. So I grip the floor with my toes, turn my feet out, lift my knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So you should already, just from that, start to feel a little bit of warming up with the lower legs. Now from here, grip the floor with the toes, turn the feet out, lift the knees. I'm going to scoop my pelvis, okay? So all I'm doing is scooping forward, right? But remember, invisible is what we're looking for. So even you can see it when I do it now. I don't want to see that. So grip the floor with the toes, turn the feet out, lift the knees, scoop the pelvis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5, okay? So there's tension going through the lower body. Now, grip the floor with the toes, turn the feet out, lift the knees, scoop the pelvis, squeeze the buttocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So hopefully now you should feel like activation and warming up going through the lower body. From there then, I'm going to squeeze my abs as well. So gripping the floor with the toes, turning the feet out, lifting the knees, scooping the pelvis, squeeze the butt, squeeze the abs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So you feel all of that stuff starts to warm up. All right? The last part then that brings everything else together is I'm just going to imagine I'm gripping something like a cross-hand grip and I'm ripping it apart, okay? But remembering, I've got to stand here like this. So my hands are here ready. If something moves, my hands are ready to stop them. I need to be warm and ready to move. So grip the floor with the toes, turn the feet out, lift the knees, scoop the pelvis, squeeze the butt, squeeze the abs, grip and rip. And all of that happens on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now shake it out for a second. Loosen everything out. All right, walk around a little bit. Break your connection with the floor. Okay? So all of that stuff, all of everything that we did there is just to tighten up the major muscles in the body. Get a little pulse going through all the major muscles in the body. The breaking the connection with the floor will be that while I'm doing this, my adrenaline is building up or my system is locking in and I want to deal with that. If I just take a step, I'm loosening out the system. I'm making sure that the body doesn't lock in and freeze in position. I want to be able to move then. So from there, I'll take a step, okay? So that's the idea here, and the concept for today is that we're going to use tension to relax with. We're going to build up tension and then we're going to relax. We're going to overload the muscles and then let them settle. And in doing so, we get much better mobility and all the rest of it. So that's your kind of yin yang for muscular tension. If I squeeze as hard as I possibly can, those muscles will not be able to contract when I stretch them after, which is the goal. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Right, from here then, I'm just going to do my usual deal. So I square up, imagine the rope going down through the top of my skull to my tailbone, the rope pulls up, my hands come out and back, I lead from not the belly, but just above the belly there, underneath the sternum. As I inhale, that point goes forwards. As I exhale, backs of the hands together, looking down. So I'm breathing in, coming up, out and down. And as we talked about yesterday, I'm breathing in the sort of the light and breathing out the shite. I'm getting rid of whatever negative stuff I don't want to deal with, all right? Remembering that exercise is your break from your day-to-day, yeah? Whatever stress you have, your exercise is your time to let that shit go. Right, I want to expand on that. So as I inhale now, I'm going to bring my whole body, I'm not going to make my front as big as I can, and then I'm going to make it as small as I can. So as I inhale, and as I exhale, collapse it all down. Breathe in, come up, out and down, get up. Your mic's on, man. Up and down. I don't
Stop breathing.
Yeah, stop breathing. That'll do it. Okay, I'm gonna have my spine. So I'm breathing in, coming up, breathing out, front, middle, back, coming down. So good. All right, from there, just gonna go into our hip circles, great big hip circles. As big as we can. So I'm doing it this way around today because I want to get into the middle of the back a little bit more and then working down to the lumbar. But I just need to loosen this section out a little bit more than usual for what we're going to do. And then back the other way. Lovely. All right, from there I'm doing my penguin. Stuff. And then I'm going to do my ladder. So one side as high as I can, other side as high as I can. I'm trying to actually avoid, like on the penguin, I'm doing the side bends. Here I'm actually trying to keep this still as this goes up, and then this stays still as this goes up. All right. I mean, it's virtually impossible, but that's the goal there. Okay. If you keep this still, then you create movement down here. Yeah.
It's like the fellas with the fucking rack level.
That's the one. I bet you one of those torture racks. There's a point on that where it feels really nice. Okay, relax. If you're really having trouble, a dead hang was one of my favorites for loosening out my shoulders. I just grab something and then I try and let my ear just fit into my shoulder blades. Let my ears flop down and it extends back here. It was a really, really nice loosening out exercise. Oh yeah, twist. So from here I'm gonna twist and twist. Sorry, feet flat on the first one. I'm jumping ahead of myself. I'm gonna stop doing that. Lovely. And now I'm going to let the back foot come up. When the back foot comes up, I'm actually closing my hips together. Okay, so I'm closing my hips, making this small. Right, closing my hips, closing my hips, closing my hips. Wait. Okay, from there we're going to drop down onto F. Make sure there's nothing behind you if you're going to throw your body at the floor. Okay, first one. Stretch it all the way out. Get your fingertips as far away from your toes as you can. Far away as you can. Lovely. All right, we're going to go into side lying rainbow. So I'm going to bring my feet flat on the floor. Then I'm going to flop down to one side, putting my two hands together. I'm going to keep my, can you see me there? You can't see me there. I'm going to keep my knees on the floor. As soon as my knee starts to lift up, I'm going to go back to the start position. Start position is my hands are pointing straight out. Left hand is on top, so my left hand is on top, my right hand are together like a clapping position, knees are together. I'm going to bring my left hand and I'm going to draw a certain arm, a rainbow on the floor as far around as I can until my knee starts to lift and then I come back. Far around as I can and back. Far around as I can. Jeez, I know what you'd sound like on a torture rack anyway. Far around as I can and back. Far around as I can and back. And one more as far as I can and back. And then I'm going to switch, same deal on the other side. Well, see me, you can see me there. Yeah, that's it, lovely. So, knees to the floor. As soon as my knee comes up, I'm going to reverse. All right, so the second my knee comes up, that's as far as I can go. There is a significant difference in my right side compared to my left. So my right side can go all the way around, and my left side is limited on movement. which actually translates to a restriction on the back of the other side, but that's another story entirely. Let's not get into that. Fantastic. Okay, from there, I'm going to go flat on my back. All I'm going to do, feet together, are just flopping my knees left side, right side. My hands need to be out like Jesus Christ pose, so T-shape with your arms there. Flopping the knees left side, right side. Flopping, flopping, flopping. Keep that going for a sec. Okay, now I'm going to separate out my feet, and I'm going to do the same deal. Flopping my knees, left side, right side. So this is more the hip than the spine now, just this little part, but we need them both. Good stuff. Okay, from here, my right knee is going to point straight up towards the roof, and I'm going to draw 3 circles. 1, 2, 3, and then go back the other way. 1, 2, 3. From here, my left hand is going to grab my right knee. It's going to pull it all the way across, keeping my right hand out. Go as far as you can. Let the hip come up, and then come back. Now cuddle that knee to your chest. Again, I'm just going to kind of pulse through this. So I'm like tightening and releasing, tightening and releasing. All right, this time I'm going to pull my knee to my chest, and then I'm going to try and push. My knee is going to push away from the grip, and I'm going to keep pushing really hard, really push, really push, really push, really push, and relax. Now, keeping my hip down, my left hand grabs my right knee and pulls it across to the sides. Now, it might want to go up a little bit towards my shoulder, or it might want to go straight across, or somewhere in between those two. Wherever you feel tension on the side of your butt there, that's where we want to be. You want to find that tension, and then you want to relax it completely. And then you want to go into it again, not quite as deep this time, and then relax it completely. And then go into it again. And each time you're moving a little bit less until you find the edge. When you find the edge, you're going to inhale nice and deeply. And on the exhale, should let you go a tiny bit further. Just a little bit. This looks like nothing. Like, I get that. It's not what it looks like. It's what it feels like. Okay. All right. Relax that there. Switch it over to your left leg. So my right knee's down. My hands are up T pose. And I'm going to draw 3 circles. 1, 2. With my left knee. Circle on the ceiling. Right. And then back the other way. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to grab my my left knee with my right hand. I'm going to bring it all the way over to the floor. As close as I can get anyway. Then come back. Now I'm going to hug it into my chest and then pulse it. Knee to my chest and relax. Knee to my chest and relax. Knee to my chest and relax. From here now I'm going to pull my knee up to my chest, and I'm going to try and, so if my hands weren't there, my leg would be going that way, right? I'm trying to tighten the muscles in my butt. So I'm pulling my knee away from my body. You can hear the tension building up because my torso is tight. Really put pressure into that. Really put pressure. Okay, relax. Now, keeping the hip down, I'm pulling my left knee over towards the right to where I can feel tension. Then I'm going to relax. Then I'm going to go into tension again, but not deep. Then I'm going to relax, and then I'm going to go into tension again. And I'm going to find the edge. Once I found the edge, I'm going to hang out there. Really easy, really relaxed, and see if it gives me just a little bit. So expanding our comfort zone is not a sledgehammer job. Okay, this is really soft. It's more, rather than smashing through big movements, you're more like the layer of paint. Yeah, you're just kind of stripping away a layer of old paint that's been put on there as your body's defenses. Okay, where are we at? All right, fit for life. That is you. What do we need to know for today? Tension and relaxation, right? The two of them go hand in hand. If you want to stretch the muscles, it's advisable to put tension in them first. You can tense your muscles, isometric tension, which means putting pressure in the muscle with no movement. Iso is no change, and length or metric is length, so isometric, no change in length. There's 3 types of muscle contraction. There's a concentric contraction. The muscle shortens under tension. There's eccentric contraction, the muscle lengthens under tension, and there's isometric contraction, that the muscle goes under tension without changing in length. So each one has its own use. Really and truly, through any movement, you're going to use all three variations with any sort of weightlifting movement. Eccentric does the most in terms of development, and concentric looks the best. I mean, that's kind of the size of it. All right. Fit to play, rolling onto our bellies. We're going to extend our fingers and our toes as far away from each other as they possibly can be. From here, I'm going to lift up my right hand on my left leg and then down, my left hand on my right leg and down, then both hands and both legs, and I'm going to hold 3 and down. Okay? So we'll repeat. Right hand, left leg, left hand, right leg. Both hands, both legs, hold and down. One more. Right hand, left leg. Left hand, right leg, both hands, both legs, hold and down. Right, we're going to combine two things that we were doing. The LYTW exercise, LGBT, whatever, I don't know, that's everything in the alphabet these days. From there, we're going to do that exercise, and we're going to go into the handcuff exercise. So my hands are going to come an inch off the ground. L is straight up, Y is out to the 45 degrees, T is straight out, W is here, and then from W, I'm going to bring my hands around into handcuff and pull them up, and then reverse back through the same sequence. So I go handcuffs, bring my hands around, W, T, Y, L, Y, T, W, handcuff, back to W, back to T, back to Y, back to L, Y, T, W, handcuff. Back around. Y, T, around. W. Handcuff. W, T, Y, L, G, W. Handcuff. W, T, Y, L, Y, T, W. Handcuff. W, T, Y. Okay. From there, guys, just come up onto all 4 hands. Sorry, onto hands and knees. All right, I just want to loosen that out a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of shrug, like I'm bringing my right hip and my left shoulder away from each other. So I'm just kind of wagging a little bit. If you want to loosen out, if your butt's sore from squats or whatever, wagging your tail in this position is the most relaxed way to kind of loosen it out a little bit, all right? It looks fucking stupid, but I don't care, okay? From there, then, right hand, left leg up, left arm, right leg up, all right? Just a few little pointers there. Nothing major. Nothing major. Okay. Into the hip now. So we started on the hip a little bit. Just going to go a little bit further. Face this way. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spread my knees apart. And I'm going to start rocking forward and back. And spread my knees as far as I comfortably can. Rocking forward and back. Trying to get my pelvis closer to the floor. So if I can separate my knees a little more, I will, but that's about all the range I have right now. Okay, from here now, I'm going to put my weight on my hands on my shoulders, take my right foot up and put it all the way. Oh shit, no, I lied. Sorry guys, I missed something. Sorry, 1 second, we'll get to that. Back onto hands and knees. Dog weeing position, foot comes out and around, out and around, out and around, out and around. Back down, same on the other leg. Sorry, guys. We just need to do this first. Just as the point was tension and relaxation, so we're just kind of working that stuff through. Okay, from here, I'm just going to wag my tail again. Sorry about that, guys. All right, now back to where we were. Knees go apart a little bit. Put my weight on my hands, and I'm going to lift up my right foot, and I'm going to walk my right foot as far away from my left knee as I can. Then I'm going to rock forward and back. Okay. Now I'm going to go down onto my elbows, but I'm going to bring them around to my bent knee. So my chest goes over my bent knee, and I continue to rock forward and back. Now I'm going to walk my elbows all the way around as close to my right foot as I can. And I'm going to rock forward and back. And then I'm going to come back to center. I'm going to pull that leg in nice and easy. Knees to the floor, I just wag my tail just to loosen everything out. Okay, now left foot comes out all the way as far as I can. Spreading those out, good, that's a good sound. Moving forward and back. Okay, down onto my elbows and bring my chest over my bent knee. Rocking forward and back. Then I'm going to walk all the way around to my straight leg. Rocking forward and back. Okay, from here now, we're going to remember this position because we're going to come back to it in a second. But I want to put tension in there and it will be a little bit too much for a couple of you right now. So we're going to sit down instead and we're going to come straight back to that position. That position is what I want, but I want to put tension in. And no more than learning front break fall. You don't start smacking your body into the floor, you go into the wall. So we're doing this here so that there's no pressure against the ground, that you're not fighting gravity. So all I'm going to do is put my feet together and I'm just going to let my knees sort of flop out as much as I can. I'll bounce them a little bit, okay? Now I'm going to grab my ankles. Look, rotate this way. Grab my ankles. I'm going to use my elbows to push my knees down. Okay, so I push, 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 push. Really push. And then I'm going to grab my feet, bounce my knees again. Okay, this time what I want to do, I want to maximize the tension in here. So I'm going to push down with my arms and up with my knees. So as I grab here, I push down as far as I can, and then I start to lift. I'm pushing my legs against my arms. Really drive. Okay, the karate version of this is I'd always get one of the big lads, the biggest guy in the room, I get to come over and stand on my legs. It looks great for a demo, and it actually makes no fucking difference whatsoever. Just looks good. Okay, see, push, 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 push. So there's loads of tension gone in there now, okay? So that's how you tense up those things. Now we don't want them to be tense, we want to relax them to spread them. But what do we need to do? We need to get the tension out first. So I'm going to spread my knees apart again now. Moving forward and back. So I'm just going forward and back, rocking forward and back, rocking forward and back. Keep it going, nice and easy. Okay. Lovely job. All right, from there, just bring them in again, wag your tail one more time, and we're just going to do one more set of that. This time, I'm going to spread my knees out just a little bit, like not major wide, and then I'm going to squeeze them together, like trying to pull, like trying to lift up the mat between my knees. So I'm putting tension in there. Really tight, really tight, really tight, really tight, and then relax. Now spread them apart again. Spread them as far as you can. Rocking forward and back. Now, depending on your level, you can actually tense from this position here. The only thing I'd be afraid of is you can pull something if you go too heavy there. And groin strain, I don't know if you've ever felt what that's like. Yeah, there it is. I don't need to go into fucking detail on how horrific that shit feels. You'd be walking funny for a month. Okay, so we're not messing with that stuff, all right?
It was a few homework.
Listen, what you get up to in your own time now.
You
Not involved in you can relax. Lovely job. Okay, on to our backs. Okay. That was funny, but yeah, you got me. Now you're breaking my train of thought, you mug. Right for me. It's funny. What's funny though? Right, flopping my knees left side, right side. Now hopefully this movement should feel a shitload easier. Okay, left side, right side. Floppy, 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 floppy. Okay. Now I'm going to come up onto my elbows, but I'm going to continue doing that. So I want to make sure, so James, I want you to separate your feet there. We're spreading our feet out, so I'm going to get into this kind of 90s in a second. What I want to do is I want to have my feet as far apart that my knee can touch the ground between them without bashing into the other foot. Okay, then I'm going to come up onto my hands, and I'm going to keep going with the same action, flopping the knees left side, right side. Now there's a lot going on with this through the hips and through the lower spine. Then I start to bring my weight forward, and I'm going to bring my hands up. So now I'm sitting forward, flopping my knees over. Okay. Now, this time, I'm going to bend this knee here. We need to maintain the integrity of this angle. So this needs to be a 90-degree angle. If I bring my heel into my butt, the stretch doesn't work. I've got to keep that foot out to do this stretch. So initially, I just put my hands either side of the knee, and I just bring my chest down over my knee. Okay, and you get a little bit of stretch there. All right, but now I want to do it with a little bit more gusto. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this knee on the floor behind me, and I'm going to come up onto it. So now this knee has elevated, but it mustn't collapse the joint angle. So I mustn't let that heel come towards the butt. I've got to keep 90 degrees on the knee. Now I'm going to push that down, and I'm going to try and screw this hip, this upright hip, I'm going to try and screw that into the floor, and at the same time, I'm going to bring my chest down over my knee, and you should feel the outside of your leg getting a really nice twist. Okay, so the twist is just here. Lovely. Okay, relax. Come over onto the other side, so I'm going to flop my knees over the other way now. Again, maintaining this joint angle. This joint angle is the bent knee. If I let that foot come close to my butt, I lose the stretch. So first, I just bring the chest down and over. Then I come up into my sort of half kneeling, push that down to the floor, and now I'm going to try and screw that hip into the deck. But don't let the foot get close to your hip or your butt, because then you lose the stretch. Lovely. All right, chill there. Standing up nice and easy. Walking that off for a second. And all we want to do now is just a few leg swings and a little bit of silly walking just to boost everything out. So a few leg swings, like front leg swing, just let the leg go. Just let the leg go. I'm not thinking about it. It's not a kick. Okay, I'm just throwing my leg, throwing my leg, throwing my leg. And then the other leg, same heel, throwing my leg, throwing my leg, throwing my leg. From here, I want to start to move sideways, but I don't want to go straight to the side. So I'm going to arc it around with the kids. I get them to put a hand on the center line, and they clap their hand. It's really funny because they go like this. You go, no, hand here, bring your foot around, all right? And then you just raise that up a little bit. Raise it up a little bit, okay? Raise it up a little bit. Just bring, the point is this. This is the action. That the foot is making this crescent, this C shape, all right? Now I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to bring it up on the inside, round on the outside. Around. Around. Now don't compare height to somebody else. It doesn't matter. Okay, I just want the swing. Same on the other leg. So from here, out and around, out and around, out and around, and then in and around, in and around, in and around. All right, last one for leg swings. You can do this against the wall or a rail. My supporting foot goes parallel to the wall. This foot is going to go here and then as high to the side as I can get it. When it comes up to the side, the foot is horizontal. I'm swinging it up there, swinging it up there, swinging it up there. Same thing on the other leg then. Foot parallel to the wall, swinging it up, swinging it up, swinging it up. And that's us for today. Take it easy. See you tomorrow.